Now I'm hoping everybody can see us.
And you're echoing back.
Yeah, I gotta go get some headphones, some earbuds. But can people at least hear us, see us? I see that there's 3 viewers. I can see you flapping your gums, but I just plugged in my earbuds. So, hang on 2 seconds, Skippy. Oh, that's nice. That's what we call the nostril move. All right. Right ear, left ear, right ear. Oh. Am I still echoing? Cuz I can hear myself. I don't know if I'm on YouTube. It says I have 4 viewers right now. It says I'm live. So I guess it is possible. Let's see. Let's see. I have no idea right now what exactly is happening. Uploads. That's not it. Videos. That's not it. Okay. I don't know if because this by right should have connected to YouTube and been broadcasting. So good night, pal.
I think you probably have. Oh, I thought your head was spiky.
My head was spiky. No. Oh,
My
no.
sled. Right?
She has a sled. Oh my God! What is going? Oh, why can I not do this tonight? Yep, just is not gonna work, is it? Is it? Egad. So. There is some kind of streamness happening because there's got to be some kind of stream thing happening because I can see 3 people that say they can see it. Like it says I have 3 viewers. Now how much Streamlabs is lying is also a question. So. Oh, it sounds good now. So, I hear myself. I don't know if I'm echoing or not, but I turned the volume up over here. I don't know if everybody can see anything, but this is not appearing right now on anything YouTube related. People can hear. I don't know on what. I would imagine YouTube. They would have to be hearing it on YouTube. Like I see Tattooed Taint and Coaster Mom said, "Oh, it sounds good." I hear something low. Then it sounds good. Oh, it's showing as unlisted. Oh. Well, look at that. I know what that means. Thank you, Sam. I know exactly what that means. No. I don't know why Streamlabs does this to me. Now y'all are going to see it. Everybody needs to refresh. Now it's public. Now it's public. Oh, man. What a struggle. The struggle train has pulled into town to get this ready. Holy cow. Good God. And on my screen, the video and the audio are out of sync. I do. All right. I have to go. They can't hear you? Wow. We can't be having that. Yes, they can see you. They just cannot hear you. Yep. No. No. All right. Hold on. Sources. Audio input capture. Desktop audio. Wait a minute. What are you doing right now? You people have no idea what you're getting. This is exactly what they've all come for tonight. Ooh, Sherry Ma likes your wall color. is... What is this? What exactly is happening right now? Acted out like charades. Okay, so here it is. This is the big play of the game. She's going to act it out right now. It's 4th down, 1 to go. We're on the goal line, and she's going to do a quarterback sneak at the camera. That's not a quarterback sneak. Yes, that's why I said that. Yep. Folks, you will not get this kind of entertainment anywhere. Okay. I had to do stuff. And I'm trying to fix all this on Streamlabs. I'm trying to do it all on the fly. We're going to... know how to do not know. Whoops! I don't know how to. Yeah, sorry. That was my fault. I changed scenes and there was nothing on that new scene. So, let me do this, and let's do this. Yeah, so I don't particularly know how to do what I want to do. Seeing a system. Speak now. Maybe they'll hear you. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I will give them a minute. Sometimes it takes a little bit. What? Whoa. Stuff is moving around. What happened? What happened? Oh, that's fun. That's cool. She is talking, but right now, Streamlabs, because we're not at, 1,000 subs, is fighting with Zoom. We are actually on Zoom, but the sound capture is off. It was a struggle to get this on the screen because the OSB link I couldn't figure out that was in the cord. And that is not supposed to be playing. No. Oh, this is like maddening. Why can everything just not work? Just work. All this technology and stuff just don't work. Yeah, but they don't make it exactly easy to take, like, just take the sound and import it. Why they don't is I don't know. You know. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and it ain't happening. Like I'm trying to put another audio source into here, and it's just not doing it. Awesome. Oh, and I got rid of the echo on my end, so that's fun. Yeah, but see, like the mixer here, normally under the mixer option, I can add stuff, and I don't have a plus minus button to add more mixer stuff in. So it's like I'm beholden to the built-in microphone. Which is weird. Projector performance mode. Undo built-in microphone. Nope, that would be bad. Undoing the microphone would be very bad. That is the one thing I have learned. Yeah, there's really nothing. Like there are other input audio sources, but they want it to be like a microphone, USB, built-in microphone. And I'm not exactly sure how that would work. Maybe. Then it's going to be a real delay. Let's try it. Can't hurt. Yes. So let's try it. Sign in. Email address. Yeah, I've got to be able to. I don't normally it does it. I don't know why it's not doing it this time. Oh, here we go. Enter. What? You're gonna draw a smiley face. She's going to keep you entertained with her pictures.
How about
Ooh. Ooh.
Where's that?
How about now? See, I bet you they can hear me now.
But I'm gonna mute this.
But
And now I'm just talking to
I wonder how.
your phone. Your phone.
I wonder how off all the audio will. Oops. I wonder how off all the audio will be.
I don't know, to be honest.
Oh, but I can see you. I can see the microphone's bouncing on my end. So go ahead, keep talking.
I am talking,
All right.
and while I am talking, I'm putting my hands up next to my face at the same time, and I'm waving. Does that make a difference? Does that help? Does it suck? It all sucks. Welcome to Touchdown Tuesday.
Yes. Week 11, where now the show represents the NFL, where everything is an absolute dumpster fire.
Yes. You know, for me, Sean, you're not that far lagged, like, because your audio is coming through the phone.
Oh,
Your video is not that far lagged.
really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it is a little bit. It's like a couple seconds off, but it's not too bad.
Well, see,
Yes.
this is
The audio
interesting.
was out of sync because it only makes sense that it went to my computer first and then back to yours.
Now, I see what you did. You muted me on your end, hence the red microphone. But yet,
Yes.
everybody can hear me and her now. Is that what I'm reading in the chat?
Yes. Can you hear us both? I just wait. Look, they gave up on us. They don't even care what
I don't even think they're paying attention right now. Which
No,
maybe
I
that,
mean,
that
nobody
works in our
said a
favor.
damn thing. I started drawing pictures, and nobody said a word.
That works in our favor, I think, though. If they can't hear me or you, or both of us together.
I'm over here.
Yeah, because CeeLo said, I mean, not from long ago. It's now they say, yep, yes. Are they talking to each other? Or are they talking to us?
I'm going to assume
Yes,
that.
we hear.
Yes,
They
we
can
hear.
hear.
Oh, good. In my best Clark Griswold Christmas vacation, hallelujah, holy shit, where's the Tylenol?
Yes.
Oh my god. It has only taken me damn near an hour to get this straight.
Yeah.
Cancer Daddy, the internet always lies.
I tried to give up like 40 minutes ago.
You did, but I did not want to give up. No, that's alright,
Hey,
CeeLo.
I know you just tuned them out.
Everybody else does. No big deal. Alright.
8 hours later.
So now maybe we can talk a little football.
Ta-da!
Oh my word. Wow.
This is the biggest jerry rig. Let's have the sound come through your phone.
So, like, CeeLo would appreciate this. Sam would appreciate it. If you could see the setup I have going between my screen and my phone right now. Oh, gosh.
Yep. So. Anyway. I should have brought dessert up. I brought up snacks.
Cancer Daddy, that is the great quote.
Doritos. I'm on my second drink.
So we are both in our humble homes tonight, trying to do this live through Zoom. So, seeing if this works. It is not anybody's fault.
Okay, but it's mine. But I had a close COVID contact, so I'm trying not to infect Sean's family, even though
Yes.
hopefully I'm also not infected. But
Yes.
I feel fine. Everything's fine.
Everybody's okay. It's just like being extra super cautious, which we have been before. So like even before we started doing the yeah. Yeah, before we even started doing the streaming thing, like back when COVID was like in full rage, we were fairly around each other enough, but we were always like super duper cautious because that's who we are. So, but we are here now. So let's see. I'm gonna copy this, and I want to put this in here. Oh, and there goes my chat.
I don't know
Goes
what you're
wild.
doing, but I see that
Sorry.
CeeLo says this just in, the Rams aren't who we thought they were. And
The Rams aren't who we thought they were.
oh my god.
Oh, that's funny.
We'll get there. Let's talk about those games.
Right.
Because, well, so do you want to just start?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. I am going to...
I've been waiting so many seconds. We're back, Shari.
And I think we have our stuff on lockdown.
I mean, if you call this lockdown, I feel like you needed a few of my audio cables to do what you're trying to do a little bit more direct.
All right. And then, no more and then. Jeez.
Okay. Do you wanna talk about the Patriots and how they ate the Browns alive?
Yeah, so let's get rolling down the bumpy road that's been laid before us. Yeah, sure. Let's start out with the Patriots since they are the local yokel team, and yeah, let's go from
They
there.
can't gamble, they said.
They can't
Oh
gamble.
no, they can.
What?
Post them on gambling.
Yeah, you all better be able to gamble. That's that's
Okay,
part of it.
So, yeah, I really thought, I watched the first drive, and I was thinking, like, God crap, this is going to be a back and forth shooting match.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the Browns got the first possession, and they went down, scored a touchdown, and I was like, this is looking bad, because we might not be able to answer every time, because we kind of sucked a little bit this year, and then we steamrolled them.
We did steamroll them. In all that is glory, we steamrolled the Browns. Although if we didn't, I would have been very disappointed.
I mean, if you asked me like 4 weeks ago, I would have told you like, yeah, we might not. But we definitely, something has changed, and I still stand by the fact that I think it's the defense.
I believe 100% it is the defense. But I also think now that the offense is finally getting to a place where they can manage to put just enough points on the board to be right there knocking at the door and on the winning side of the game. So now, couple that with a defense that's really starting to find itself. And this is what you have. You have a defense that's able to stop people. And let's face it, a team like the Browns is not, they are not anywhere near the upper echelon of teams. So when you get a weaker team like this, they're able to just stop them cold. You go up against somebody like, if they go up, whoever, Rams, the Bucks, they're not going to be able to stop them like this, but they may be able to slow them down enough where you can at least keep pace until the end of the game to hopefully come out with a win by a point or two.
I've noticed that the Patriots offense has been definitely proficient, but I think that it's been, I don't know if we figured something out, or if it's, I feel like it's a happenstance of injury. Not so much the wideouts. I mean, we've had all the same wideouts, and I think we're just kind of figuring out who works and who doesn't. Like John got injured, so we've only had Hunter Henry. I was thinking, at the beginning of the season, they were pushing for Jonnu. They paid him more. They wanted him first, thinking that they were going to put him out as, like, number one read for the tight end slot, which probably, honestly, is probably our number one read in most, passing attack. But if they were pushing for positions that maybe weren't working out, I'm not saying that Damian Harris was bad. I think he did great, but we've seen a lot of change in the run game also. I mean, obviously this weekend Stevenson did fantastic. I think it's we've been maybe a victim and a benefactor of Bill Belichick. His system. He does what he wants, even though maybe he has trouble seeing what's working. So I find that now that we've had these injuries and we've been forced to do certain things, it's like, oh, okay, this is what's going to get us yardage. This is going to get us first downs. That's the thing that we were missing we have, 3 90-yard drives
Yeah.
on Sunday?
Yep.
So I think that's kind of what's happened. And the defense is just stacked. We've had injuries to multiple positions on the defense, and we've just been able to fill in. We've had some good luck there, too. J.C. Jackson was an unsigned, just open free agent that we got, and he's probably one of the best quarterbacks
Right now?
right now.
Yep.
Right, so
Yep.
the loss of Gilmore wasn't really a huge deal because he's so good, and it's just luck.
So then you got to go back to, when we let Gilmore go, how many people were like, Bill, what are you doing? Are you nuts? And now look. So, obviously Bill probably knows better than everybody else, and he seems to be proving it because Gilmore's been fairly quiet. Haven't heard much from him. He hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't been. I think J.C. Jackson's made a little bit more noise in this league than he has this year.
I didn't see what happened this weekend with Carolina's defense. I didn't notice.
They did okay.
Yeah, I didn't see. Did they get any interceptions or anything? Because if so, there's only been 3 games with Stephon Gilmore, and 2 of them had interceptions by Gilmore. So I didn't know if he was for straight up.
He could be. I didn't happen to look, but there's been nothing noteworthy.
Because once again, somebody didn't tell me their password to the.
I didn't even watch it this week.
There was 1 interception. Carolina did 1 interception. I don't know who it was.
The Chiefs will take Gilmore. I bet you they would.
He's not for sale. I think Carolina definitely, their defense kind of needs him.
Oh, I would say, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, they had a couple injuries early. And then now, with Cam, that's a whole other thing that we should probably talk about when we get to
Cam
stuff.
Newton, he's terrible.
They need something to balance. Yeah, he's terrible, but he's not as terrible apparently as Sam Darnold. So,
Well, I don't know. When you get a touchdown from 2 yards out each time you score, I think you or I could probably do that.
You play on 2 snaps.
Right?
And your record currently for 2021 on the Carolina Panthers is 1 touchdown per snap. That's
I don't know. I think it was situational. I think he would have scored if the Patriots. If he would have been in that position with the Patriots, I think he would have scored. Because of the setup. Plus, who were they playing? They were playing Arizona.
Yeah,
So
Arizona's not a bad team.
no, not at all. But I don't think they match up well with the Panthers historically. What else do
I
we
think
got?
that if they had Kyler Murray, they would have blocked the floor with the Panthers. That's my.
Yes. Yeah. Kyler Murray is the key to that team.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Without a doubt. No, and you can see it. No Kyler Murray, and they struggle to even do okay, never mind win a game.
Yeah, it's tough.
That whole offense is based on Kyler Murray's legs.
The outlook, I would like very much for Kyler Murray to come back this week.
I think he may be, well, when he was healthy and still in the lineup and playing, he may have been one of the most exciting players to watch out of any position in the league this year.
Yeah, he probably will be. I think that they're just not. They're just being cautious with him because they need him.
Yep.
So he had that high ankle sprain, which is in all sports is a notoriously long injury.
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
Can get worse if not taken care of. So I think I don't know the fact that they're losing without him. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put him in. He's been pushing to be a game time decision 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
The only thing is that they have a bye week next week, so I don't know.
Which is good though. I mean, in terms of player recovery and rest, especially if you're injured. If you're close to coming back.
if it's the coaching staff's decision more so than Kyler himself.
I would
I
100%
think they might try to
believe
hold
that.
out another week.
I would believe that it's probably been the coaching decision this past week, and going forward probably one more week. It's not so a lot of the players, especially the positional players, your wide receivers, your running backs, your quarterbacks, they have milestones they need to hit to get their bonuses, and when they don't play, not only are they not hitting those milestones, but they're not getting their game bonus on top of their regular game day pay. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, what's their record right now?
I would have to go and look, but Gant's Daddy's right. No Murray, no Hopkins, no W's.
Yeah,
And ain't that the truth?
Look at it is the truth. Let's see. Arizona.
Ooh, CeeLo, you have them both on one team? Oh, man.
Oh, no, man.
That's
sucks.
hard up. Yeah, and look at, he's like, I've lost 3 straight. Egads. Oh, nice balls, Costa Mom.
They're 8-2.
They're 8-2, right?
Yeah, they're 8-2. So they probably can wait another week. I mean, they could go out there with Ronald McDonald as the quarterback, and they could probably still make a playoff
like
run.
I feel like CeeLo's pain because like I had stacked Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams on my team, right? So like 1 week one is out, and then the next week the other one is out. So it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since really they've been able to like play and lock it up. So that doesn't help.
I was a Kyler Murray owner who believed firmly that I wasn't going to require anybody else until the bye week. So I didn't pick up another quarterback because in a normal world, most leagues don't pick up an extra quarterback unless they're like a super flex.
Yep.
Like not our league and not my other league. There's nothing but trash.
So I was forced my own. So just talking about like fantasy, I made 2 of the biggest dumbass moves I could have because I second guessed myself earlier this week. So I have Hunter Henry and I picked up Mark Ingram, right? And I was like, oh, Henry's had a couple good weeks, but Fant's back. So Fant historically over the season has just been doing better. He's had better looks. He's got more points. So I'm like, maybe I should play him. And I'm like, you know what though? I don't know. McDaniels has been injecting Henry a lot at the goal line, a lot of touchdowns. And I went, all right, we'll go with Fant because he has been my steady Eddie. And I picked up Mark Ingram because I'm like, Kamara's hurt, so Ingram will get it. But you know what? They're probably going to split the time. And how many points is he really going to get? And guess what I did? I sat both of them. And both of them would have not only won me a game, but I would have absolutely demolished if I would have put them both in.
Yeah, last week I thought I was being slick. I'm like, hey, the Packers drafted Jordan Love in the first round. He's got to be decent enough. There's no Aaron Rodgers. We still have the whole everybody else. Everything's going to be great. I got I don't know. Maybe. I don't even think I got 13 points. I think I got 7 points on him last week. I still won. I don't know what's happening. The rest of last week it was I think I got 20 points out of the New England defense.
Really? I believe that. They were awesome. They had 1 or 2 defensive touchdowns or something stupid like that. So they were on fire.
I had, this week I tried in 2 different leagues. Both of them I have Kyler Murray. I went for Carson Wentz, which the Colts had a really great opening.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor got a ton of points, which I'm watching the game going this is going to be bad because Carson Wentz isn't going to have to do anything. And then all of a sudden they get to the end and he got too complacent and then he sucked. So that was I don't know. I don't even know what I got out of him this week. Something bad too.
Really?
Yeah, I got. Of course, it's already the next week. I got 7.1 fantasy points out of Carson Wentz. And I thought I'd be in slick playing Teddy Bridgewater, who has been getting at least like 15 points, but some of the weeks he's been getting like 20 points. I think it'll be a solid start, 9 points this week. So,
Ooh.
but I still won. I just
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
You know who came in clutch for me this week was the Las Vegas defense. Got negative points. That was
Really?
Yeah, they got negative points from my opponent, so that really helped out.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
anyway, let's. You want to talk some waivers?
Yeah, yeah. Who's on the waiver wire?
Because there's nothing but trash left again. Because we're at the end of the season, and there ain't nothing to mop up. Oh, let's talk about one of the trades that I made that I thought I was being real smart.
Oh, please do tell. Do tell.
Yeah, I was telling you guys, but I thought I was like, oh, Dalvin Cook's going to come back. He's going to do better. He's going to turn into the real Dalvin Cook. So, looking at the strength of schedule going forward, checking out a few different websites, seeing some rest of season rankings, I'm like, I'm going to trade Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, you did not.
I did. And in return, guess who I also got? I thought I was getting I was like slick. He gave me Robert Woods.
Oh, right. I remember that. Yes, 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 yes.
Until he tore his ACL this week. So
Yep.
here we are, and here I am trying to pick up some slack of some crap. The only thing that I have to say is I got real lucky on a whim that week. I picked up Melvin Gordon as my. Because I also traded away. I gave away Jonathan Taylor and Elijah Mitchell for Robert Woods, Dalvin Cook, and just for fun, Johnny Smith, who I've already gotten rid of. But he was like, "I'll give you somebody else." I was like, "I need a tight end for this week. Let's watch Johnny."
That's in Anthony's league. Is that in Anthony's league?
No, that was our league.
Is that our league? Wow. Maybe I'll look down my bench. Maybe we can,
Taylor this week for me, so that was good because I played the person that I traded him to, and I was like, God help me if Jonathan Taylor outscores, if the trades outscore each other.
Yep.
And I because of it, and they did not. But yeah, I did pick up Melvin Gordon on a whim, and he's been actually pretty solid for like a second running back. He's like sitting there on my bench as like.
At one point, he was really good.
Yeah, he was really good when he played for when he was in California.
Right.
Since he's been a Denver Bronco.
Well, I don't know what you need in terms of like needs, like whoever's on I don't know, buy or whatever, but
an insurance policy. That's the thing. So that was also Jonathan Taylor had not yet seen his buy.
Oh.
So I traded away Jonathan Taylor, who's going to miss a week, and I have Najee. So Najee was like my one, and I was like, well, I'll get another one out of Dalvin Cook.
Who do you have for a defense? So.
Right now, I actually, you know what's baloney? I was really holding out hope for the 49ers. That's who I drafted as my defense, and I've been playing them, and they've been getting like 1 to 6 points.
Okay.
So this week I said, forget it. I'm done with you guys. I'm going to just start playing streams. So right now I have the Tennessee defense.
Well.
Which is fine. They got 6 points this week, but of course the 49ers got like 20 points last night. So
I would if they were available.
Are much better for Tennessee.
I would pick up either the Patriots or the 49ers. They have great matchups this week. Both defenses are probably going to get a crap ton of points.
Yeah, but the 49ers are like a 1-week rental, and I'll be surprised if the Patriots are available in any leagues.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I picked up the Patriots in my other league at the draft, thinking they're probably going to be crap, but I believe in them. And now I honestly believe that they're probably the number 1 defense in football.
If they're not number 1, they're pretty dang close because they're playing great and they have some really good matchups going forward. So
yeah, they do. But they haven't had their bye week yet, so that is kind of.
They have not.
The only thing is that we have Buffalo twice still coming up for them.
Yes, we do.
But then again, I mean, we did eat the Chargers alive, and I thought that.
Remind me to send you a video clip of the I don't know what you coach would know better than me, but of the Buffalo Bills. You don't want to call him the mascot, but he's like a parking lot rah-rah guy. Just so you need to see this guy.
I was gonna say, don't they do have a buffalo named Bill, don't they?
No, they do, but the Bills have this guy. I don't even know what they call him, and he's out tailgating and stuff, but he's got on like the big water buffalo hat, and he walks around with like a wrestling championship belt in like a singlet, and he's got this big like Buffalo Bills necklace that hangs around his neck, and he is just like he's a madman.
Coach, you need to calm yourself. You think we're gonna crumble?
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna beat you, Bills, but I don't think we're gonna crumble. It seems like they got this figured out.
Yep.
So,
I don't think they're gonna crumble, but they are probably in a really good position to at least make the playoffs now, which I didn't think was possible even going back 3 or 4 weeks ago. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you told me that they were gonna be like a top 10,
yes, coach.
The year, I would have been like, absolutely not.
That's it, coach. The Blue Balls wrestler. That's the dude. Coach knows the dude.
What's the Buffalo's name? Doesn't the Buffalo have a name? Is he Bill? Because that's what it should be.
He should be Bill. I don't know what the Buffalo's name is. Oh, in Buffalo. I'm not sure.
I thought you just said Owen. I was like,
Owen,
that's such a random
it's Owen.
guess.
It's Owen the Buffalo. So let's see here. Let's get into. Let's do.
Oh, we're supposed to. I mean, we haven't talked about any news, of course. Like,
yeah.
We have a lot of people that are on COVID lists. Like the Steelers are just infected.
The Steelers are infected, and I'm surprised that the Packers have not had it run through their locker room. But it would appear
only one of them was just immunized.
it would appear across the league as a whole, though, that COVID is starting to rear its ugly head in a lot of the locker rooms. You're seeing more guys and more guys and more guys go on the list. So far, it hasn't been any big name guys, but, well, really, like on the whole, it hasn't been a lot of big names on the whole, but.
Yeah, one of the big things that, big injuries this week that I would be afraid of, well, as a Patriots fan, I'm pumped that Cordell Patterson's banged up for the Falcons.
Yeah, yep.
Who is a huge fantasy impact for a lot of people, especially because most leagues have him as dual eligible.
Yep.
So a lot of people had him as their wide receiver when he's a running back. It's like a cheat code in there. What else? Obviously, Cam Newton news. We've already kind of touched upon that. I'm very interested to see where that goes. Personally, if there's no Kyler this week, and I really don't have many other options.
You may have to pick him up.
Actually, I don't think I can play. Teddy Bridgewater's on bye, I think. I might be interested in. I mean, I can't do worse than like 7, right?
Well,
I guess he could get me negative points.
They're favored by 3.5 points this week against Washington, so he's probably going to make points to a certain degree. But if the Cam Newton from New England shows up, you're going to be in trouble. I do believe, though, that Carolina has a significantly better offensive line, which will probably help his cause down there in the Panthers organization. So
yeah, I think it'll just be better. Obviously, this week they used him as a gadget play because he was only on the team for like 4 days.
Yeah.
But I think once they start writing some plays for him and they build the offense for him, I mean, there are good weapons down there that are better than us.
I would say.
Like, when he was up here, like, he had really nothing to work with. So hopefully that team kind of fits him a little better, even though he's been gone for a while.
Just reading the chat. Coach is like,
I'm reading
crumble.
right now that I didn't know happened. Apparently, I missed this today. The Ravens cut Lev Bell.
Did they really? Oh, I did not read that yet.
Which is interesting because he had really had a big timeshare between.
He was getting a lot of touches. He was getting a lot of looks. Yep.
Yeah. So
but he wasn't being very productive with them. Look at the numbers.
He's sucked since he left the Steelers. But I would say that means that they have faith in Latavius Murray, Devontae Freeman. I don't think they really have a lot of faith in Tyson Williams, so they wouldn't have signed those other three anyway. But
I am extremely comfortable. I am like sitting in my easy chair today instead of at the table.
I am at my work from home desk from when I do work from. So I'm not as comfortable. I'm in a Lazy Boy computer chair though, like
Hey,
Lazy Boy
Max.
branded. Very nice.
So you know what I found interesting, and it's come up again, and I only bring it up because he came back this week for us, was Trent Brown, the offensive lineman for the Patriots. He once again, he came back from IR, but he almost died last year from an IV injection that he was getting right before, I think, the Browns game last year. What the heck game was it? Yeah. So he went like to the hospital and everything, and it almost took his life. He was, I don't know what they were giving him for an IV or what went wrong, but man, yeah, they were playing the Browns last year. It was bad, and I don't know what happened. According to Brown, he nearly went into cardiac arrest. So, air was accidentally introduced into his bloodstream with a pre-game IV. So it is very common. It is very common for a lot of these NFL players, especially the linemen, to get an IV before they go and play. It helps hydrate them a little bit better. It's a little bit more direct. They don't have to wait. They don't get like that big sloshy stomach and then go out there and they're huffing around and puking. So the IV, they get all the pregame fluid they need without getting the bloat and everything else. And he got some sort of air bubble into his bloodstream and almost killed him. That's incredible. He was in the hospital for like 3 days.
He's lucky that's all he was in for.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Wow. So I did find that to be interesting because he considered retirement after that.
We have a lot of interesting additions and new signings on the defense, but it's definitely a Bill Belichick system.
Yep.
And it's coming back. It's coming back into function. It was very disjointed at the beginning.
It was.
But, you look out there and you see Judon. We had Collins, like J.C. Jackson, and we still have Devin, and we have Van Noy. It is stacked out there.
It is.
They're scary.
It is.
The
I love it.
Is intimidating.
I love it. I remember watching them back in like 2001, 2002, 2003. That defense that was back then was so nasty. It was the team. It's how they were winning games. They rode the back of the defense all the way to 3 minutes to go and then would win.
It doesn't look so bad when they're standing there waiting for the snap, but the second the camera switches and you see Hightower standing next to somebody, it's like...
And he's like 4 feet taller and like 2 feet wider than everybody else. He's a big dude.
I wouldn't want to mess with any of them.
Let's see. Look at this in my newsfeed now. Ravens release Le'Veon Bell. Oh, Mitchell has a broken finger. So the running back, Mitchell from the 49ers. He's got a broken finger. His status is uncertain.
That's tough because when I watched that, I didn't know that. The game last night, I couldn't believe how they used him.
Right?
Actually it was, he was like the only effective running back on the team. I know that it's been seen, I haven't really gotten to watch a full 49ers game. I've seen a lot of highlights and stuff, but to really watch them on downs that didn't matter, plays that were a little less insignificant, but enough to watch and go this guy's bad. That's why.
Yep.
They were really relying on Mitchell and Debo.
They were.
I couldn't believe the usage of Debo as a running back and a wide receiver. Of course, Kittle's probably their first read out there. He got lucky that he got touchdowns, but it was he did not look like a fantasy asset as I'm watching him as a fantasy owner. But he did fine. But I was like, dude, quit taking your helmet off. Cut your hair like at least 3 more inches.
How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers?
Instead of flipping your wet, gross, nasty. You haven't even played yet.
That is exactly how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. That dude looks like that person that just has like a mental breakdown and grows like the hair out and becomes shaggy, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, George Kittle's got his sides shaved and then his hair is like at least 8 inches long, and he just keeps. I don't even know how it's moving under his helmet, but apparently it bothers me because after every play, he takes his helmet off, flips his hair back, and then puts his helmet back on. I'm like, dude, if it's really a problem, like. Grow it to man bun length or cut it
Man
off.
bun.
Yeah.
I thought that it was interesting that the Jags coach Urban Myers he thinks that they're not far off.
I mean,
how you can think that?
They're not far off of what they were last year.
Maybe if that's what he's talking about. If he thinks they're not far off from the end zone or winning a game, then I think he's looking at the wrong team. But you know what? Outside of that, I don't really see much in the terms of earth-shattering news. Some COVID stuff here and there.
Odell coming back, they didn't really use him much. They kind of used him just as a distraction.
I think this week you'll see him.
They need him to be Van Jefferson.
Yes.
Van Jefferson needs to be Robert Woods.
Yep.
Yep. So, but he didn't I wasn't watching him going like, wow, look at this presence of a human being over there.
Right.
I wasn't impressed.
So
maybe he will. He'll get better once he wins this. I think he was only there for 2 days. So what's he gonna get? Who knows?
Yeah, I didn't think you. I mean, if anybody expected to see any production out of him this past week, you're crazy. Most players, unless they can get in 4 or 5 days of practice after a trade, usually you don't see much of anything out of them when they first get to a team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. That's probably about the only notable news, except that once again, another week of the tight ends all suck.
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah.
It's tight end is such a.
And who's the one there last night? See his face.
Last night?
Higbee.
Oh yeah. Yep.
The
hamster fell off the wheel.
Higbee and Fryermuth basically lost their games for their teams.
Yeah.
And Gesicki scored no points this week.
Yep.
TJ Hawkinson only got 1 target in the whole game. Didn't catch it either. So another second week of tight ends. So let's move on to waivers.
Let's move on.
There's nothing available
at all.
Nobody's available. If you need help, good luck.
Yep.
Have a great day.
You're gonna get the third string bench guy that earns a point.
Yeah, I think the only waiver pickups as far as if you're looking for a wide receiver, if you didn't pick up Elijah Moore last week, good luck trying to get him now. 69% owned in Yahoo leagues, so that's 31% chance that he's still there, but I doubt it. I'm thinking that you'd be looking at on your waiver wire T.Y. Hilton, but I'm not interested because for the next 2 weeks they're playing Buffalo and Tampa Bay.
Yep. I don't know.
Ryan Edwards would be the first one I'm interested in.
Ryan Edwards?
Brian Edwards.
Yep.
From the Vegas Raiders. And then your buddy that you dropped that you don't like, Jamal Agnew.
Oh, Jamal Agnew.
I think gets something stupid, 20% of the targets
for
the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they have they're playing San Francisco and Atlanta the next 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Everybody else, no thank you, not unless some kind of magical injury occurs.
Ugh.
Maybe I'd be interested in Ray McLeod on Pittsburgh if Chase Claypool doesn't play. Maybe if you get Ben back. The only reason I'd be interested in Ray is because he also plays on special teams, so you might get a score out of that. So the special teams get some crap for wide receivers, running backs.
Man,
that would.
there's so much garbage out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at what these lists of who's available. Maybe Devontae Freeman's available. He's probably the most solid. Alex Collins, maybe. Those would be like the most guaranteed points if you need them for your fantasy team.
Yep.
Romandre Stevenson's on the list, but if Damian Harris comes back, I've told you guys that's too much of a mess for me to look at the Patriots backfield and try to predict if we're gonna play Stevenson, Bolden.
That
Harris,
is like they
Taylor.
are like running back by committee right now.
Yeah. The only reason that Stevenson had as much work as he did was because Harris was out.
Yep.
So, and Bolden's like a gadget play for them. He can work alone if that's all that's left, and he might get a touchdown on any given week. And if he's going to do it, it'll be this week against Atlanta. But Romandre Stevenson did so good last week that I assume it'd be like play the hot hand. But who knows? Will probably sit him and give him a break.
That dude, if you look at him, Stevenson's just a little guy, but he is built like a brick poop house. And man, he was like incredible.
He looks like who's the guy we had there? Was like a snowplow. We traded him to the Jets.
A snowplow.
We just had him.
Snowplow.
Oh my god, I can't think of his name. He just retired like last year or the year before.
He retired?
Yeah, he just retired. Let's try.
Smith?
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna find it before everybody else does.
Okay.
No.
Well, you go on. So this.
LeGarrette Blount.
Oh yes, yep.
That's what he looks like.
Yes, I can see that. Yep, I can definitely see that.
He's like short, stout, duck and cover, run in. I'm gonna run you over. I'm gonna face mask you, throw you to the side.
Yep.
I'm just gonna.
That's exactly how he. That's exactly how he ran too. That's a really good. Yep, just like run you over. So now the question becomes for me this week, anyways. And if y'all have questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we will try to answer them best we can. You know, I don't.
The biggest pickup for me this week, if you're looking for a running back, if AJ Dillon's available, he's probably not. He would be the first one I'd look for, but. If I'm looking at these, if you need like guaranteed like 6 points, I'd go with Freeman if he's available.
Yeah.
Or Collins. But if I wanted to maybe end up with a better running back, unfortunately, I think Donta Foreman is the best running back on the Tennessee Titans right now. I mean, they were using McNichols as the backup to Derrick Henry. I thought maybe he was going to inherit the job, but then when they signed Adrian Peterson, you were like, obviously not. They had like the first week that he was only on for a couple days. They had faith, but he sucked this week. And the answer is Foreman is the only one. So I think they're definitely going to try to shy away from the running game. But the highest upside and chance for the future for the rest of your fantasy season right now sounds like it could be Foreman.
I can see that.
But it's trash, and I don't like anything that I just said. So.
What are you going to do, though? Welcome to
You're gonna make a trade
Bipocalypse.
before your trade deadline on November 20th.
Is it
so
right?
Hurry up. Figure something out. Trade somebody
figure it out.
to something.
Get your stuff together. Figure it out, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hold on. Let me get back to the screen I wanted to get to. Oh, gosh. No, I can't find it. All right.
Do you not want me to start talking about tight ends?
No, go ahead. Yep.
Tight ends. I do not trust half of this list of potential waiver pickups.
And rightfully so.
Logan Thomas is about the first one that I'm interested in. I do really like the fact that he's coming back, so he should be fresh. But what I really like about Logan Thomas going forward is they just came off of a really awesome win against the Bucs, which is like unheard of. So like the team's gonna be on fire. But the best part is listen to this. The next three matchups: Carolina, Seattle, and Las Vegas.
Carolina, Seattle, and Las Vegas. Wow.
Like,
Those are
yes.
great matchups.
Yeah, give me all of those.
Yep.
That I would be interested if Logan Thomas can go back, get his share. He was like the number 2 read out there beside Terry McLaurin. You know, they're not going to get. I don't think that Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to come back, but Heineke
It doesn't
is
sound
rolling
like it.
like a champ. So I think that if Thomas can come back to full form, now that he's back in, activated for more than a week, here we are. I think he's probably your best chance for the rest of the year. Everybody else is just like a hope and a prayer. You know, Dan Arnold is probably the next highest likely since the injury to DJ Chark. I think Dan Arnold's been the number 1 target on the Jacksonville offense.
I would say when it comes to Fitzpatrick, you can, I don't know, it's seeming more and more like he's probably not going to come back this year.
Yeah, they were hoping that he would, but I think like the way that Heineke's been playing, I don't see why you're taking him out.
Yeah, because there's really no reason to.
I mean, honest to God, if there's not really many other quarterbacks that I would prefer to be the backup in the whole league.
Right.
If I had a backup quarterback, I'd be glad that Taylor Heineke's there.
Yep.
I'd take him over Brian Hoyer. I'd take it over Jarrett Stidham for us.
Yep.
So I have a lot of faith in Heineke, even like for fantasy purposes. Like if you needed to stream him for a 1-week flyer,
He'd be okay.
Probably did. I bet he did better than the 2 that I streamed this week.
Yeah,
so.
he'd do you. He'd at least get you a few points.
I think he got like 20 this week.
Did he really? That many?
Yeah, I think so.
It is definitely.
The only one that I had hope for was that maybe that Taysom Hill would come in and they'd let him do stuff, but nope. He got 15 points this week, so his past 5 games, 15, 13, 21, 10, 11. But then before that, 27, 22, 21. I mean, like, he's all right.
So he does solid. So he actually may not be bad to have on your bench.
The only thing that I wouldn't like about keeping him on my bench is that, you know, we're more than halfway through the season and his matchups going forward aren't that great.
Are they bad?
Yeah, against quarterbacks anyway. He doesn't have any real good matchups. So, but he does get he also gets a lot of garbage time.
Yeah, but sometimes that ain't bad.
Which is good.
Well,
no, that's good for fantasy.
It's great for fantasy. Yeah. Hey,
So
Nicky
as far
Meatballs.
as tight ends go, I'm looking at this list. Thomas would probably be the first one that I would want to bet the farm on if I had to, and I don't want to. And then Dan Arnold. And then my third choice would be Evan Ingram. I don't trust Tyler Conklin. I see he's next on the list. I don't trust him. He's hit or miss. It's like 0 or 6.
I don't. You know what? In years past, like last year and the year before, especially the year before, like so 2 and 3 years ago, I probably would have been like, you'd be crazy if you didn't pick him up and he was sitting on your wire. But this year, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to have it this year. I don't know if it's like a system thing. I don't know if it's like a play calling thing. It's like injuries affecting the way they're calling plays or whatever. But
this to me. I mean, the options are better in other positions. I mean, we're talking he's fighting for targets against Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook.
Right. I was gonna say just Thielen and Cook alone. I mean, you're already back to the third slot. You're option number 3 at the best case scenario.
You're 100% behind Justin Jefferson this year. He's like on fire. So no, thank you. You're just actually Tyler Conklin caught a touchdown this week that wasn't even his target.
Really?
That was the touchdown that he caught. Yeah.
Oh.
It was somebody else's target. I think it was Justin Jefferson. the defender came in, his hand got in there, got deflected upward, and Tyler Conklin just so happened to
be there. Oh
and
my
caught
God,
it
that's crazy.
and ran it in
Trip
for a touchdown.
Billy,
So it
what's
wasn't even
happening,
his.
Trip Billy girl? Sherry
What
Ma,
happened?
I am gonna have to send you a message too because I have questions about your Redbubble store. So you'll be getting a DM from me.
What is a Redbubble store? Is that like a 99 love balloons?
Yes, that's exactly what it's like. When you go to their website, it plays that song on repeat constantly. No,
I mean,
it's like
everything I hoped it would be.
so like Sherry Ma is like a designer, right? So like she'll throw a design up and you can go in there and select the design and put it on just about any piece of merchandise you can imagine. Clothing,
But
mugs,
is it-
cups, stationery,
like, can I get
hats.
99 red balloons on a shirt?
Well, I bet you if you asked
Just
very
say
nicely, she could probably get it done for you.
I'm just saying, maybe Touchdown Tuesday needs to be 99 deflated red balloons.
Maybe
that
that's what we'll
touchdown.
transition it to after the football season.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of shriveled balls.
And we go and pop one balloon a week for 99 weeks.
And they just 99. There's more. That's maybe we do one. That's there's not enough weeks.
There's not enough weeks. There's not enough weeks.
Just saying. Shari says yes.
Yes, you
we
can. Yes.
We
Yep.
can put that in. I know you can do it. I have faith.
And if you are
We should
all
design something ridiculous.
if
Nobody
you
will
are
have
all
any
looking
idea.
for for like a nice Christmas gift, something that would be very unique, I would encourage you all to go to her own, like her personal Redbubble site and just
Yo,
check
if you're
out her
gonna do
designs
that,
and like
though,
put it on
just
some
for
stuff.
Shari's sanity, you better go like right the heck now because
Yeah.
Christmas is in like a hot second.
Yeah. But her stuff is really good, and you know what? The stuff on Redbubble is really affordable, so it'd probably make a really good Christmas gift.
Yeah, but you gotta. That's what I'm saying. You gotta give Shari some time.
Yep.
You gotta get on there.
I think she puts the designs up, and the Redbubble people take the design and actually put it on the stuff. So I think like her part, once she gets it done and put up there and priced out or whatever, it's like done. You know what I mean? Anyways,
Yes. We only have one thing left, and that's well, DSTs and quarterbacks, I guess.
Eh,
And I'm not interested in anybody but Cam, probably.
yeah,
And
I would
wouldn't
say.
want him unless you really need a Hail Mary.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of trash out there. I mean, you know what? If you got it because your quarterback goes down and you had nobody else like me, you know, and maybe you were lucky enough to pick up like a Derek Carr to like CYA yourself for a week, great, but there's really not much out there.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing that it's. I wouldn't want to play. I mean, it's saying Mac this week. Mac has been really bad for fantasy,
Yeah.
but we are playing the Falcons, and they are depleted. Maybe they're gonna be angry at us.
Yeah, no.
You know,
No.
maybe it's
No.
a sore subject. Super
No.
Bowls and Atlanta versus Patriots might be.
3-28, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So.
All right. I don't know. Quarterbacks and DSTs.
Defenses this week, look for Titans, Dolphins, Browns, 49ers, everybody else forget it.
Unless the Patriots are available.
They're not,
But I
they
doubt
are.
they are.
Yeah. So, anywho, what you got for over-unders there, sir?
So we'll do some over-unders. And as I'm getting that up... As I'm getting that ready...
Oi.
So just as a reminder, I am running, so I talked to the woman that runs Operation Christmas here in Taunton, and I was telling her about the whole toy drive that I'm trying to do with every stream. So if you got people out there that are interested in helping with the toy drive, who are not part of the stream, that don't come in here regularly, send them over. You guys know every Tuesday and Thursday I'm here, but we got a couple of extra streams coming up. So Thursday we're gonna do Tin Can Thursday. Oh, maybe we'll do it this way again. We'll do it really similar. As a matter of fact, now that I understand how this works and we've kind of got this down, we could actually invite more people like Coach.
I was gonna say I don't know if I would say we have this down.
Well, we have it down enough where it's functional. Life support's okay by me.
But you could do, I mean, for Coach, we could get something going, sort of like
Right.
something
So,
like this.
but that leads. What are you doing? That.
I'm making
Oh, that was your.
myself infected.
Yes, I love it. So, so the other thing we have going this week, which I'm excited to announce, is I would love to start your holiday season off, correct? So, outside of the whole Yankee Candle, which we did get to see Santa Claus and a little bit of Christmas, this Friday we are going to kick off the holiday season by going on a drive-through light display at Gillette Stadium. So that's probably going to start Friday night at, probably just about the 6 o'clock hour. Because, we can show up anytime between 5 and 10. But we all need to get home from work and kind of settled in and relaxed and then get up there. And it's about a 35-minute ride from the house. So we, yes, Sherry Mar, there you go. So we're going to go do that Friday. Make sure you don't want to miss it out on it. It's cool. It's very cool. We're going to do a couple of these drive-through light things, and they're pretty epic. The actual drive-through light part should be somewhere between like 40 minutes to an hour long. So that's what they're saying. So that's going to be one of, if everything goes right, that'll be one of at least two drive-throughs. There is one at Roger William, I believe, that's a walkthrough that we get to do the whole zoo. So I think they spread it out beyond, like, Lindsay, how like the jack-o'-lantern thing, you can attest to this, is just like one area of the zoo, right? It's the pathway. I think the Christmas light thing, they put up everywhere because it doesn't really bother any of the animals as much as the jack-o'-lanterns do. So we're going to go do that too. And if I could squeeze it in, we're going to go to the Southwick Zoo because they supposedly have a spectacular one that I'm looking into. So there'll be a couple of holiday things. Maybe the lights on at the Taunton Green. We had talked about going down there.
That's like, I think that's December 4th.
December 4th? Is it 4th? Something like that.
I think I saw that on the sign.
Yeah, I don't know if I can make that. I'm like slammed on the 4th. So we'll see how that goes. But all right. Anyways, let's see. Tighten up. Sorry, just... Coach is driving straight to the brewery. Don't hide behind... I'm just scrolling back up. Oh, they were making fun of trombones? Yeah. That's probably...
Not my trombones.
Do not make fun of the trombones. Can I? Yeah, Triton. Yeah, I looked at that ninja thing and I was like, man, I looked at it tonight and I was like, I didn't have time really to mess around with it. So we just kind of did a Zoom and I created another source here in OBS. Oh, good. Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. Coach, you're going to drive straight to the brewery? Make sure you show the end zone where the Titans will be a lot in 2 weeks. Yeah, they'll be there a lot before the game starts because that's the only time they're going to be in it.
Y'all doing a lot of trash talking for a season that has been a whirlwind of unpredictability.
Right?
For all teams.
Oh, 25 beers of Christmas. Coach, you just reminded me. The 25 beers of Christmas. Coach has just reminded me. So before I move on to the odds, I will talk about that too. Oh, see? Sherry saw the Southwood commercial. It looks legit, right? Yes. Right now they have like their lantern thing going on. It is very Disney-esque. So, the 25 beers of Christmas, you kind of hit the nail on the head. I am one, and I get one every year. I get a beer Advent box, and it starts December 1st, runs right up through Christmas. So I will be opening a new beer each day and trying it. So if anybody is interested in that, just let me know, and maybe I'll do like, I don't know, like a 30-minute stream every day, and we'll do like a beer review every day of all the beers that are in that box.
Every day.
Every day.
Okay.
We should get you the cider box. That would be cool. All right, so let's see here. So now, moving on to over-unders. So, football. Come on, learn how to spell. Thank you. All right. Oh, and look at this. The first game they start with, the New England Patriots. They are favored
Well,
by...
why do they start with them, Sean?
Well,
Thursday night.
because they are on Thursday night, yep. They are favored...
So I need a sour box, Coach.
Yes.
I went to the liquor store this weekend for the first time since, like, August. And I was just having a problem. And I was like, I can't get all this stuff I need. But I might make myself a sour box.
They don't have a standalone sour box. The place I go, they have which is actually in Brighton. So if you are familiar with the Boston area, I get mine from Brighton. But they have a beer Advent. They have a cider Advent this year. They have a wine Advent this year, also box. So, and it's all like craft, homemade, micro brewery stuff. So. Patriots 6.5-point favorites over the Falcons. There's a 47.5-point over under. The 49ers are a 6.5-point favorite over the Jaguars. 45.5 over under. The Carolina Panthers are a 3.5-point favorite with a 43.5 over and under, and I think that's a little misled. I think the Panthers are a little bit better. I think that point spread's a little narrow. I don't.
Who are they playing?
The Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins.
That I would be interested to watch. Ron Rivera versus Cam Newton.
Yeah, I think that point spread's a little tight. I don't think it's going to be quite that close, but maybe I'm wrong. What do I know? So the Saints and the Eagles. Saints. The Eagles are favored by a point, and it's a 43.5 over under. I don't know. I guess. I think the Saints are legitimately better than what they're getting credit for here, but it's really, that's almost, pick who you want to win in that game, really. That's how close it is. So, like, the money lines.
I think if Sean Payton allows the team to play to their strengths, then maybe, just maybe, they'll be more than a 1-point loss on that. I think that if you let Taysom Hill do his thing, but they're really pushing Trevor Siemian. Siemian looked good 1 week.
Then he looks
this past week,
trash the next. Right. Sherry Mar, I go to a place called the Craft Beer Cellar, and cellar is spelt like basement, Cellar. So they're in Brighton. They're right on the main drag. I can't remember the name of the street right now. So, yep. So the money lines for that game are close too. Like the Saints are a minus 105. The Eagles are a minus 110. They're literally both favored to win the game. One ever so slightly more than the other. Dolphins and the Jets. And of course, the Jets are terrible. It's a 3-point game. Miami's the favorite, 44.5. That's it. 3-point game. I think it's going to be more. I think the Jets are really that bad yet again this year. So
I hope so. If the Dolphins don't win, I can't.
Yeah, they almost beat the
They did
Titans,
so
so
much
I
work.
guess.
They were doing so good. I don't know what happened. I think maybe it was the betting on Tua. Maybe
Yeah, I would
Tua
say.
injuries, but like they put a lot of money and good time into that team, and then this year it's just.
Here is a game I'm interested in watching: is the Packers and the Vikings. So the Packers are favored. It's only a 2.5 point game with a 49.5 under over. That's going to be a great game to watch.
You think so? I don't think so. I think that the Vikings are a mediocre team that are consistently good at being mediocre. They are not ever really great, and they're never really bad. So when a team has a bad week and they play against the Vikings, they're going to lose because the Vikings are steady. But they're not good enough to beat the Packers, I do not think.
Oh, Coach. Coach says hello. Oh, one of my stream. I got like 2 streaming windows open here.
Coach,
So.
you think that the Jets are going to beat the Dolphins?
I don't know about that. The Jets are pretty horrendous.
If that's true, can the Patriots get Brian Flores back? Can we take him back home? Like and if there's no job for him, we can just cut Matt Patricia. He does not need his job back. Right. But we can take Brian Flores back.
So, yes, Triton. They play animals that come from the sea. The Texans and the Titans. Titans are favored at 10.5 points with a 44.5 under over. I believe that to be true. Ooh, this ought to be a great game. The Browns and the Lions. The Browns are favored by 10, 44.5 under over.
Don't knock those Lions. They tied a game finally. They're not just
finally.
Losing. They're not just. They're almost losing.
Almost. The Ravens and the Bears. Ravens are favored by 6.5, 45.5 under over. Colts and the Bills. Bills are favored by 7. It's a 50-point on the nose under over. That game's interesting. I am surprised that the Bills are favored by 7. I would have thought it was more like a 3 or a 4 point game, but maybe the Bills get back on track. And if
the Bills are a better team,
and if
I thought that they were maybe going to crap out the past couple weeks. They looked like they were bad, but they did turn around this week.
Right. So, like, if the Bills get back on track, they will roll the Colts. But if they revert back to what they were for a couple of weeks there, it'll be a long day in the trenches. The Bengals and the Raiders. Interesting matchup here. Again, it's a 1 point game. The Bengals are slightly favored at 49.5 under over. It's a -110 for the Bengals and a -105 for the Raiders. So that's kind of like a pick'em game there.
The answer is definitely the Bengals. The Raiders look like they put on a good front for like a couple weeks without John Gruden, but now like the sky is falling, the floor is falling out.
So, oh God, Kaepernick will be starting for the Lions.
I'm still waiting on somebody to call Kaepernick because like he's gotta be better than Cam Newton.
Well, here's what I would say is if Kaepernick could have kept his mouth shut and out of all that whole social media stuff, he is probably I can almost guarantee you a paycheck. He's much, much better. Way better.
Oh, he's who he's better than?
But nobody wants to touch him. A lot of guys.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes.
He's better than Tyrod Taylor. Like,
take your pick.
Definitely have a starting.
There is a handful, but nobody wants to touch him because of his off-field antics that he's decided to beat the drum about. No team wants to go near him now.
Now, yeah. But like, think about all the off-field antics that other people have done. Like at the time, it was like, "Ooh, Colin Kaepernick!" Like, holy crap!
Right.
And now it's like, look at all these other Looney Tunes.
Which shows you how much of a shift there's been in society to like this whole social justice warrior stuff. Anyways,
I think I think that behind the scenes there's like a no, like you're not allowed to take them.
Liability. Yep. That could be too.
Yeah, but Cam Newton's a liability.
Yeah, wait till you start to see him play. I
Aaron
I am
Rodgers
just
is a
like,
liability.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be the next one to follow in Kaepernick's footsteps. I can see it coming. Cowboys and Chiefs, 2.5 point game with the Chiefs favored at 55.5 under over. That's going to be a decent game.
Yeah, I believe that.
Unless the Chiefs don't show
I don't know
up.
what's wrong with the Cowboys. Something's wrong. This is another wacky, wild season. Here we are again.
If the Chiefs don't show up, like if the Chiefs played next week like they did 2 days ago, they're gonna win without a question. But if the Chiefs from the previous 3 or 4 weeks show up, it's gonna be a long, long, long day.
No, it won't be because hopefully a semblance of the Cowboys show up.
Hopefully.
So if that Chiefs team shows up, they'll just pound them in the
I can never really remember a year where you didn't really know what Tebow gives you more solutions. Love it. I can never remember a year where there's been more question from week to week about what team you're gonna get, and not any one team in particular. Literally across the league, it's you don't know what team is showing up to what game on what week.
Yeah, I can't even. The only ones that seem to be reliable are the ones that suck.
Mm-hmm.
So reliable suck.
Because you know they're going to be terrible.
But the other teams, it's like the Patriots are on fire right now. Why?
Nikki Meatballs is saying the Cowboys are going to.
Falls out next week, I wouldn't be surprised.
The Cowboys are going to pick off Mahomes twice. Sherry Moss says, "Shut up and play." I love it. Cardinals and Seahawks. Cardinals are favored by 2.5 points.
Seahawks. Russell is not okay.
At all. Not even a little.
He looked like I could have put in a high school quarterback.
So this game will have a little bit of significance that I'm going to say right now. Actually, I'll leave them for last. So the Monday night game, the Giants and the Bucks. The Bucks are favored, 10.5 points, 49.5 under over. I could see that happening. The last game on Sunday, though.
If the real Buccaneers show up.
Yes, if the real Buccaneers show up. And the last game, which really has a lot of bearing, which is going to be a good game, but has a lot of bearing more so for the Chargers, is the Chargers-Steelers game. Because right now, the Chargers are in a really good position to make the playoffs via the wild card spot. They're, I think, second or third on the list or something like that. They are one of the 4 teams in position right now. So the Chargers really have to win this game if they want to have a chance.
I don't know what's wrong with them. They are not fixed.
This is a big game for them. But they are favored by 5.5 with a 47.5 under over. That's going to be a game to watch. Significant, very significant in the NFC.
It should be on paper a game to watch.
Should be.
But
I would say,
my heart says that the Steelers suck. You know what it'll be? Ben will come back. Okay? And you'll be like, "Oh, good. Ben's back. Maybe they'll stand a chance." And then you'll be like, "Oh, wait. It's the 2021 Steelers and they blow."
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. And then you're going to be like, "Okay, cool. So this is going to be, that's what you're going to think, coach. It's going to be like the Chargers are going to steamroll them."
Right?
But they're not, because they suck too. And you're going to be watching this game and you're going to go, "Oh my God."
Ooh, coach is saying Chargers by 13?
It's going to be the most disgusting game you ever saw. And you're going to say, how the hell? You're not going to be able to fall. Everybody, go to bed early on Saturday because you're going to be up on Sunday night late watching this game, pulling your teeth out. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be suck on suck.
Coach, I don't know if it'll be a 13-point game. I could see 7 to 10. 13, wow. 13-point game, huh?
It'll be like 2. It'll
right?
be Chargers by 2. It'll be a field goal.
So, but
it'll be because
week 11?
what's his face there from the
17. So.
Was it Boswell?
Oh yeah.
Miss a kick. That's what it'll be.
Yep.
They'll be down because they missed an extra point because he choked.
The reason
then all of a
that
sudden it'll be a field goal up. They'll be up by 2 points.
So the reason this game carries a lot of weight though is because when you look at all the other playoff matchups for teams that are maybe by 19, for teams that are really kind of in the playoffs now or at least heading to the playoffs, but the teams that are in the wild card like slots right now that really are probably going to make a wild card or at least playing for it. The Chargers, this is the probably the tightest game out of all the wild card teams right now. All the other wild card games should work out probably the way they're predicted here. But this one, I'm telling you, that's going to be the game to watch. That's probably the greatest weight.
I'm telling you why, though. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. You're watching it to see if the Chargers are really got a shot at making the playoffs. Because you're talking, we're only 6 weeks away now. That's it. A month and a half. We're into playoffs, man. Wow, already.
This is week 11.
Jesus, the year's gone by already.
So that's great. They added 1 week.
Wow. I cannot believe that it's already gone by. That's incredible.
And you wait, it seems like you're gonna hear these games this week, but it's gonna feel fast after next week because there's gonna be so many games for Thanksgiving and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then the games start happening later. They start happening on other days.
I know, which is crazy. And now you're into that whole we're into the flex. I think after is it this week? I thought it was within the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season. They can start doing the flex.
I noticed one of the Patriots games isn't on my schedule, but it's there. But it's because it's a potential flex.
Right. Yeah, and I don't think it's this week. I think it's starting with week 12 because I thought it was like the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season. The NFL can start to flex games literally the day of because they only have to give the teams, I think, 3 hours notice for the first game, which is like they're gonna notify.
Is weeks 11 through 18.
Oh, so this is the first week.
Yeah.
Right. So starting this week, they only have to give teams. I think it's like a 3 hour notice. So like your 1 o'clock games, they only need to notify by like 10 a.m. that their games are getting moved.
Yeah, and it's just for viewership, right?
Yeah, it's all to no. It's just to drive the NFL and the TV ratings higher. That's the only reason they flex the games.
And that's optimal for me, who does not have Sunday tickets. So I get to watch the game that everybody wants to watch.
But even think about if you're a fan, right? So we go to Gillette. Thankfully, we live close. But let's say Coach lives a couple hours from Buffalo, right? So now he leaves his house at 7 a.m. because right he wants to be tailgating between 10 and 11, get a couple hours in, the game's at 1, and now by the time you get there and you get set up, you find out at 10 o'clock, oh, now the 1 o'clock game's a 4 o'clock game, and now you're stuck there. Not that tailgating's a problem, but
it is, though. They don't open the lot.
Right, so
you be out in West Seneca hoping that you find
you're just
bar.
you're just hanging there. You don't know what to do. So
yeah, that sucks.
It does. I've only ever been the victim of one flex schedule game, and it was a Patriots game here at home. But thankfully, it was here at home.
But I think you could probably take a good guess as to what you think will happen. If you looked at the schedules and see how they're doing, you could be I'm anticipating that this might happen.
Yeah, and you know what? You can so start by looking at the schedules and then look at the matchups. And when you start seeing potential playoff matchups, right? So the Bucks are at 6-4, and I think the Saints are at 5-4. So if you were going to see those two teams play each other, that would probably be a game that was flexed, till later on in the day. That's what you can assume.
Sherry,
right?
What? I think that.
Yep.
If you gotta I'm thinking when I went to the Pats Bills game, I would be you just gotta
Yep.
assume the next day is a wash.
Yeah.
It's like a vacation. It's
Well-
not just a like for us. It does seem that it's easy to just pop up to the stadium, drive 40 minutes, and get there, but it's not.
But I do remember years ago, this is several years back, there's a guy I know lives around the corner from me. He's been a season ticket holder forever. Went there for the 4 o'clock game that got flexed to 8:20 on a Sunday night. People were not happy about that. Oh, speaking
It
of,
says week 18, which is the last one. That's post. That's actually past the regular season. So 17's the end.
Yeah.
Week 18, they decide with 6 days notice.
yeah, because that would be the wild card weekend, and then after that, everything's locked in stone. They don't move the game times. Anyways,
I'd be pissed too, Shari, but you know what?
Gronk is out today. Antonio Brown's out today. Richard Sherman is out today.
It's only Tuesday. I don't read into any of the injuries.
What is this?
Gronk's
Oh, this is a
old.
replay. That's why I'm like, they're out today. I'm like, this is Tuesday. What?
Oh, you're watching our game.
Yeah, I had the NFL Network on. I'm like, oh, wait, there's a game.
That's
I'm like,
what
no,
I always
it's
get in
Tuesday.
trouble. Producer number 2 always is yelling at me because I'm watching old football.
Oh, old football. Watching old football. Ooh. Yeah, Coach, that's terrible. I mean, Toronto's nice, but that's a little far to go.
That's what I'm telling you. It's a vacation, even though it's a one-day deal.
Right? I would love to go back out to catch a game in Buffalo. I mean, I've been to several of them already.
You know what the insane
But-
thing is, people? I can pay the same price to go to Buffalo, stay in a hotel suite with my friends, hang out, pay for my gas to drive out there, go out to dinner for 3 nights, and pay the same amount of money with the tickets to the football game, to pay the same amount of money to go and sit in the nosebleeds at Gillette Stadium.
Yep, that is 100% true.
It is.
That is 100% true. It's cheaper to go do an away game for us than it is to
I
go to
had
Gillette.
tickets, like, they were like mid-stadium. They were not, it wasn't end zone. It was like midfield. So like
Yep.
I had pretty decent seats at what's your stadium there in Buffalo. Anyway, it was like $75 a ticket. You going? And like the hotel suite was, I think it's like $130 a night. We were gonna split 6 ways, but Sean bailed.
I did.
So we split it 4 ways.
I forgot why we
Yeah.
couldn't go at the last minute.
'Cause
Something
you're a bunch
come
of
up.
jerks. Lousy friends. But we went out to dinner. We tried all these buffalo wing places and stuff like that. Drove out there, split gas, and then we came home. And like tickets at Gillette, the nosebleeds for that same December, it was like $600 for the 300 section, which like literally the players'
Yeah.
hands.
You're sitting next to God. You're so high.
I've sat up there for concerts, and I'm telling you, the whole stadium moves in the wind.
Yep. Sure does. Yep.
Terrifying.
So this is the end of everything, but since Sherry brought up Fenway South, right before we started, I was telling Lindsay I saw something on the news up here that the Fenway Group, which is the group that owns the Boston Red Sox, are in talks to purchase at least part of, and they didn't say how much part of, the Pittsburgh Penguins hockey team, which I think is an interesting dynamic. I don't understand how that's going to work, but
I have no
You know.
idea why.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Yeah, that wind whips up there. It's like, telling you, you're sitting right there next to God, man. You get out of hand, he just turn around and side smack you. Whoopsh. So,
You feel like like if you get sick and you lay down for a couple days, you get up, you walk around, you get that like vertigo, dizziness.
and those stairs are
That's
steep
what
up
it's like
there.
sitting up there. You're like, am I moving or am I not?
Sherry, I think it would be like they are partnering up, it sounds like, with somebody else, and I did not catch who that somebody else was.
Hey, speaking of buying teams, I don't know where y'all are from, but apparently, for the first time in like 15 years, there are shares for sale of Green Bay Packers, which is a
Really?
publicly owned team. Yep, saw that. I don't
That's
know if
something to
anybody
pick
can
up.
buy them. I think you have to be a Wisconsin resident.
Yes, you do. You have to live in Wisconsin in order to
You want to be a
own.
part owner of the Packers, you get to yell at your lunatic quarterback.
Right? When you have ice hanging off your face like the, it's like the winter miser there.
Snow miser.
Snow miser. Heat miser and snow miser, right?
Y'all making fun of the trombones. Now you're making references to Snow Miser and his
Snow
trombone
Miser.
music. I know.
They will drain the pens so the Bruins will not have the threat. That's right. They probably will.
That's valid.
It's a great point.
It's a strategy.
All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up since it's, wow, 2 hours.
Nicky Meatball said anybody can buy the Packers. Well, I am not interested.
Anybody can. I live in Jersey and my friend bought a share. Oh, really? It used to be that you had to be a Wisconsin resident. Those were the only people that were allowed to buy it.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't want any part of that crazy.
It used to be at one point, if you bought a share, that was your ticket. When you bought your season ticket, that was the share of the team you were buying. But I'm assuming that has changed because stocks usually split over time and stuff like that. So, but all right, people. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope I see you guys on Thursday. I am going to throw a link up for those of you in the Discord. I'll throw one up early for Friday, and I'll create an event on the new calendar. Thank you very much. For that calendar, I think it was Tattooed Tank that created it, I thought. Anyways, so that'll be there, and then, yeah. So I'll post that up, and y'all just make sure that you are subscribed and you've hit that bell notification. So the next couple of days, when I hit that button, we're going to go live. Don't forget, we are taking donations. Me and Triton are going to team up together. And then on December 17th, we're going to go out. We're going to do a little shopping. And then we are going to deliver the toys live to Operation Christmas. I spoke with the woman who runs it today. She is, we've been doing this work for her for a long, long time. So she was like, listen, you come by anytime you want. She said, I will take every toy I know of. I'm going to talk to her earlier in that day, and she's going to give me an idea of the age area and like boy girl sort of toys that she's looking for, so we have a better idea on how to more wisely spend the money. And yeah, that's going to be a bunch of fun. So until Thursday, from me and the co-host Lindsay on the other side of the screen, we will see you all later. Thanks for joining us, and we're glad you guys hung out with us. So we'll see you all later. Thank you, everybody. Hope everybody has a great night, and don't forget Tin Can Thursday, where we are going to do this again, and maybe we'll work it out so we can invite a couple of more people here into our little Zoom session and really get things cranking. So that's what I'm thinking. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Thanks for being here. Have a great night.